Hello everyone, I am Anurag Pathak. In this session, I am going to give you some idea how to use the entire 2-year compilation on geography based current affairs. So this is in a booklet you can download from our site, and this booklet is a very useful for your prelims based examination, because what happened normally in UPSC prelims, questions are not coming from the newspaper. They are deriving from the newspaper, but the rest of the options, the choices, are like UPSC derived from the understanding. So yes, questions are deriving from, not coming actually, they are deriving from the current affairs, but the rest of the content is not coming from the current affairs. And that is where we commit mistake. We started like collecting all information, mugging up all information of the newspaper content, in the sense that the questions will come from those content actually. So these are the information. They are not, the content in the newspaper is only an information. These are not the concepts in fact. So those concepts are somehow handled and discussed where? In this booklet. So I'm going to give you some hint how and what are the idea we have in this content and how to use, so that you'll get some ease in preparation. That is one point. Second, that in geography, you do not require to take in a total command in all subjects, all topics, because there are some common topics which more often become a part of the news, and like monsoon related issues and El Nino related issues, climate change, fire, then flood, a drought. So these are type of the events normally become a part of the news, and that is where we need to take a command. So you'll get in one kind of the relief that very unusual stuffs which are not so much required is not addressed there in this booklet. So we have very limited but very much important themes and ideas are there, so that with a little effort you can get in a maximum benefit from your involvement in this session as well as with this booklet. So I'm just going to give the hint that how one concept in geography normally become a news again and again every year, and there is a very interesting part also that in geography things are so much connected that the cycle needs to complete takes more than a 1 year, and that is why you will find the booklet contain the current affairs of the 2 years, because in geography elsewhere also in different subjects some events have a total completion of the cycle is having a coverage up till 2 years. So let us take up some hint then how to use this content and what is an idea we have in this booklet support. Normally, El Nino is often there in the news every year because it is so much important to us. The entire monsoon system get affected by the El Nino event. So I'm just giving you some idea of the El Nino so that we're going to see how it becomes a part of the newspaper and how to handle. Now, what is an El Nino? El Nino, in fact, is El Nino is actually uh, ocean current. So let us see, we have an Australia here, there we have the South America, and this side we have the South America. So normally we know that we have the current moves this side. So we have a north equatorial current and south equatorial current, they move this side, and because of that we have upward movement of surface water. So we have an Australia here and South America this side. So due to the backward movement, we have a top water displace and get accumulated here. So we have the warm water collects here, and we have the upwelling of water from the bottom creates a cold water this side. So because of this, we have the one atmospheric circulation starts, and this circulation is known as Walker cell. That is known as a Walker cell. So because of this Walker cell, cloud forms this side. Because of this, cloud forms this side, and it gives in a rain in Australia, and it creates in a drought-like condition there in the coastal South America. So this Walker cell creates rain here, okay, rain here. So there we have a normal rain, like, because this is a normal process, Walker cell is normally having its intensity and power, which is having a capacity less than the Hadley cell. Now I'm not teaching you here entire story, I'm just giving a hint. Now when El Nino occurs, so during normal time, when the warm water collecting here, we have one subsurface counter equatorial current develops. So we have counter equatorial current develops. So this is subsurface. Counter equatorial current is in a subsurface current. But during El Nino time, what happened? This counter equatorial current becomes so much strong that it comes to the surface and stops upwell, and it comes this side. It becomes so strong that it comes this side and start moving thisward, displacing the Peru current backward. So 3 degree south to 36 degrees south current which moves in the coast of South America, that segment is known as El Nino. So when we have an El Nino, the entire scenario gets reversed. Now this is a normal condition. Now what happened in El Nino time? I am just giving in a side view. This is in a side view which gives you a hint. So in an El Nino year, what happened? Now we have the warm water here, because the warm water now get collected this side, relatively cold water develops that side. So now we have Walker cell starts from this side, it sinks there. So we have a drought-like condition here in Australia. In Australia we have a drought-like condition. And here we have a rain, flood-like condition in South America. So this is an event of El Nino. So El Nino is an unusual, like it is a usual trend. Walker cell is a usual trend. It is a reversal of a Walker cell. Reversal of Walker cell. Now when Walker cell get reversed, we have a drought. Now what happened? To correct this, nature has a capacity to add a strength to their natural pattern. So you will see what next year, after this event we have the next year, excessive strength come to the trade wind to get corrected everything. So now trade wind becomes, so this is in a normal condition, that is in a normal condition when we have the Walker cell develop, that is an El Nino condition, El Nino. Now in the next year what happened? Trade wind becomes so much strong that it moves backward to add and make this normal cell excessive strong cell. So that is how we have in the next year what happened? We have the Walker cell now become excessively strong, and due to this it gives in a rain more than the usual rain in the Australia. So El Nino is a unusual pattern. La Nina is the excessive strength of the normal pattern. So La Nina causes flood in Australia. Okay. El Nino causes drought in Australia. If we have a drought, we have a fire. If we have a drought, we have a fire in the forest. Right? And a normal condition gives a normal rain there in the Australia. So we have a normal rain in Australia. So sometime what happens? Whenever some unusual trend comes, it becomes a part of the newspaper, and that is how other things become important to us. So I'm having one of the kind of the question, you can see this type of the question they may ask, that the La Nina is suspected to have caused a recent flood in Australia. How is La Nina different from El Nino? So this type of question may often ask to see your understanding. So see, La Nina is characterized by unusually cold ocean temperature in equatorial Indian Ocean, whereas El Nino is characterized by usually warm ocean temperature on equatorial Pacific Ocean. So in fact, it happens because when the trade wind becomes excessively strong, upwelling becomes very strong, and that is why the cold condition prevails. In the last slides we have seen. El Nino has an adverse effects on the southwest monsoon in India, but La Nina has a no effect on the monsoon climate in India. La Nina add extra strength. Whenever we have the La Nina, monsoon becomes very strong. It gives more rain. So the one statement is correct, but the second half of the statement is wrong. See, to tackle this type of question, you need an understanding, basic understanding. So just to give you a hint that when this condition prevails, we have a southwest monsoon also get affected, because when the Walker cell become very strong, they are rotating in 90 degree across Hadley cell. Hadley cell brings in a monsoon in India. So that is how strong Walker cell retard Hadley cell, weak Walker cell add to the Hadley cell, and Hadley cell gives more rainfall. Like Hadley cell become intensify when we have a La Nina. La Nina adds a strong a power to the trade winds, and it is an extended part of the trade wind brings in a southwest monsoon in India. So that is how you can tackle this question. So this type of concepts are discussed in every current based information in the booklet. So you will get this backup support in every thematic topic, so that you can tackle if any question, twisted and turned question comes, so that you can handle the question part of the geography related current affairs. So you can see we have so widely concepts are covered, but you won't see we have two random topics are there. So in every macro topic we have very limited these micro topics. So in a climatology, cyclone is a very important, because normally we have a news related to the cyclone. So you can see every detail of the cyclone and their related conceptual part described with possible questions. So that the cloud is a very important again, then winds. Then we have a weather phenomena. In geomorphology, we have an earth interior, earthquake and volcanoes. Okay. Then we have a physiography. There we have a drainage patterns, are very important because we have many disputes, right? Controversies are there within a drainage pattern. So you'll find drainage pattern is highlighted more than the physiography. Then we have a soil, is a major concern these days. So you'll find the details of the soil is given here, so that temperature and the salinity of the ocean, because these are the tools through which we identify the nature of the atmosphere. So you're going to see these ideas are also described in detail. And then we have some local India-based for some forest-based information, news related concepts are there. So we have this much for the session. Thank you very much.